The first thing that broke me wasn't a confession. It was a text that said nothing at all. Her phone lit up on the kitchen counter at 9:47 p.m. Screen glowing face up like it wanted to be seen. No message preview. Just a name I didn't recognize, Evan Jim. And a missed call. Then another. And another. I told myself it was nothing. I had become good at that lately. We'd been married 8 years. Long enough to know each other's routines. Long enough for silence to feel louder than arguments. She'd been distant for months, subtly at first. Less eye contact. Laughing at her phone. Going to the gym twice a day sometimes. Coming home flushed and energized in a way I hadn't seen in years. I asked once casually, "New friends?" She smiled too quickly. "Just people. Don't be weird." So I wasn't weird. I was patient. I was trusting. Or maybe I was just afraid of what I'd find if I pushed. The night everything changed. She said she was meeting coworkers for drinks. Just an hour, she promised, already halfway out the door. She looked beautiful, effortlessly so. That hurt more than it should have. An hour passed. Then 2. I didn't plan to follow her. I swear I didn't. But something restless kept me from sleep, and without thinking I drove. The bar wasn't far. I parked across the street, heart pounding like I was the one doing something wrong. Through the window I saw her. Laughing. Leaning in. Her hand resting on a man's arm like it belonged there. And then without a word I stepped inside. She didn't see me at first. I stood there frozen watching my wife flirt like I was a stranger. Watching her tilt her head the way she used to with me. Watching him smile like he'd won something. I felt stupid. Small. Like my life had been rewritten without my permission. She finally noticed me when the man looked over my shoulder. Our eyes met. The smile drained from her face so fast it scared me. "Hey," I said quietly, my voice steadier than I felt. "Don't stop. You looked happy." The man stood up awkwardly. I didn't know you were married." She didn't deny it. She couldn't even look at me. Outside, the air was cold and smelled like rain. We stood under a flickering streetlight, the distance between us heavier than any argument we'd ever had. "How long?" I asked. She swallowed. "A few months." Every memory replayed itself in my head. Now poisoned. Late nights. Missed calls. The way she pulled away when I touched her. None of it was random. None of it was my imagination. "I never planned for you to see that," she said softly. That was the moment I realized how far gone we were. Not because she'd flirted. Not even because she'd lied. But because her regret wasn't about hurting me, it was about being caught. "I showed up," I said, my chest aching. "And you didn't even stop." She cried then. Apologized. Told me she felt lonely. Unseen. That it didn't mean anything. But it meant everything. We tried to talk. To understand. I listened because I loved her. And love makes you generous when it shouldn't. She wasn't evil. She was human. Confused. Weak. So was I. In the end, there was no dramatic breakup. Just a quiet understanding that something sacred had cracked beyond repair. I left that night with nothing but my keys and my dignity. Some betrayals don't scream. They whisper until one day you hear them clearly. And once you do, you can't unhear the truth.